The European Union has come a long way from its beginning as a six-member organization. One of the most crucial developments in the process of European integration is the enlargement of the EU. Currently, the EU has 27 member states, with 447.7 million inhabitants and a 4 million square kilometer surface area. However, these figures will eventually grow as the EU is expanding. There are 8 candidate countries: Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Moldova, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Serbia, Turkey, and Ukraine. Turkey has the longest run in the process, having applied to join the European Economic Community in 1987. The newest candidate is Moldova, which applied in 2022. The aforementioned candidates are considered as such because they meet the membership conditions and are in the process of transposing EU legislation into national law. On the other hand, Georgia and Kosovo, whose independence is not recognized by several EU member states, are designated as potential candidates. Joining the EU is a complex and long-running process that involves many different actors. As a first step, a country formally applies to join the EU. After receiving the application, the Council asks the Commission to evaluate the status on certain criteria. These are known as the Copenhagen criteria. The Commission completes its assessment and informs the Council, which decides whether the EU should formally begin negotiations with the applicant country. If negotiations to begin, the applicant country must complete various reforms to harmonize domestic legislation with EU law. Negotiations follow a subject-by-subject form. The Copenhagen criteria were defined in the European Council of June 1993 in Copenhagen. They represent the EU's fundamental values. More specifically, the criteria are the stability of the country's institutions, in regard to human rights, civil liberties, the rule of law, and democracy, the efficiency of the domestic economy which ensures open markets and free competition, the ability to follow and implement the legislation and policies of the EU. However, adherence to the Copenhagen criteria is not self-evident after negotiations begin. Several of the current candidate countries have faced extended delays, because the European institutions consider their progress slow, or even backsliding. More surprisingly, a few actual member states of the EU have been accused of backsliding from the Copenhagen criteria. The rule of law is one of the most contested fields among EU members.